Well, hey, all packed and ready for the Japan trip, are we? Great! So the reason that you clicked on this video is that you probably don't know what to expect in the first 24 hours after, getting to Japan. No need to worry. Hey guys, putting minds at easer in Japan here. And today, we're gonna go over what to expect in the first 24 hours in Japan and how we can smoothly transition from being a jet-lagged zombie into a fancy alert jet setter. Or preferably something in between. Going to Japan, especially as a first-timer, can be a little bit daunting, and there are a lot of things that can go wrong in the first 24 hours. Let's start with your arrival and the landing at the airport. You've finally landed and now you need to get through immigration. Getting through immigration and customs can be a pretty pleasant and quick process if you correctly fill out your disembarkation card. As you may know, Japan is a land of bureaucracy, so you need to have the correct pen color to fill this out, either black or blue, or a pencil. If you fill it up with red, after waiting in line for 45 minutes, the immigration officer will take one look at your disembarkation card and be like, you know what, back of the line, you need to fill it out again with the proper color pen or a pencil. You don't want that, do you? Nah. So the airline staff aboard your airplane, when they hand out this disembarkation card, you can ask to borrow a pen if you don't have one. But the thing is, there are probably like 8 stewardesses or stewards. They have maybe 8 pens, and there's a whole ass airplane of people like you who forgot their pen. A little pro tip is before you get into the line to immigration, there are small booths there with like the correct pen. So when they tell you in the airplane right before landing, yeah, you need to fill it out. Don't fill it out. Get in those booths and just fill it out and watch the line grow ever smaller while you fill it out, and then you can breeze through immigration. A little side note, if you don't have the correct address for your, the hotel that you're staying at, it usually works to just write the hotel name and the general area or location. Now, this doesn't work if you are renting an Airbnb, then you need to have the full address. So prepare that address before you board to get to Japan, right? I've made this mistake countless times. Now, customs are usually after immigration, and they'll want to check your passport and papers and visa again, before you leave, just in case, And sometimes they might ask you at random to open up your suitcase so they can take a look inside. Just let them peek inside. If you didn't bring any drugs, you'll be just fine. If you did bring drugs, however, man, you're fucked. One thing you do need to remember before you leave is to pick up your 4G SIM card or your pocket Wi-Fi from whichever provider that you chose. Now, speaking of leaving, if you're unlucky enough to land late at night, you might struggle getting into the city. Now, last trains usually depart between like 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. So what do you do if you land after that time? Well, you're fucked. You gotta sleep on the floor, chump. Nah, just kidding. The logical thing would be to douse your money in tears before handing them over to a taxi driver, and spend like 20 or 30k yen to get into the city, but there are more economical solutions to this. Night buses are prevalent, especially in Kansai. To get from Kix Osaka Airport into Namba, which is the core of Osaka, it'll cost you a couple thousand yens, and the buses run until like 4 or 5 a.m. until the early morning trains. After doing some research, it doesn't seem like Haneda or Narita has these, these services for late arrivals. Another L for Tokyo? So if you're landing in Tokyo, you're shit out of luck, no night bus. Review the prices for a taxi into the city and maybe compare it to a stay at the, the airport hotel. The airport hotel might be a little bit cheaper, who knows. Check it out so you don't burn most of your money in the first day. Careful. Now, after you get into the city, you're gonna need some food unless you went full goblin mode and ate a lot on the airplane, which is kind of weird. You're about to arrive in one of the best countries for food in the world and you decided on some shitty red wine, soft pasta, creamy sauce, and a fillet of something where you can't really discern if it's soft chicken or tough white fish? Weirdo? Good thing is that as long as you're staying in like a bigger city, like Tokyo, Osaka, Hiroshima, Sapporo, etc., there are plenty of restaurants and izakayas open well after midnight. If you want to avoid like a noisy izakaya because you have a jet lag from hell, there are other options such as Yayoi-ken has a couple of 24-hour open all-night restaurants. Yayoi-ken is a teishoku restaurant that serves pretty delicious and hearty Japanese meals. And what else do you need? You just landed in Japan, get yourself a nice set meal and get your ass to bed. But before you get to bed, on your way to the hotel or Airbnb or whatever you decided on, I implore you to buy some beverages at a convenience store or a supermarket. Sure, some mandatory beers are fine, but water is so important. Many hotels only give you like 2 small bottles of water. You're dehydrated after a long flight. You need to chug down, man. Hydro, homies. Stock up on water and soft drinks from the convenience store or supermarket. And if you want some bang for your buck, the 2-liter bottles are cheaper than buying multiple small ones. So keep in mind. Sleep is so goddamn important on your first day or night after you arrive in Japan. Not sleeping properly because of jet lag might make you feel like shit for over a week. And that's pretty much most of your vacation, huh? When I came back to Japan after visiting Norway last time, I struggled with sleep for over 2 weeks. Not a fun experience, you know? But I had time to waste because I live here. There's no problem for me. You're here for 10 days visiting. You need to get rid of that jet lag as soon as possible. There are some over-the-counter melatonin supplements and, you know, other things that can help you sleep at places like Godai or other apothecaries. But the main thing is get some rest and don't overplan for the first day, especially if you land a little late. If you land earlier in the morning though, it's better to have a busy schedule that day so you don't nap and then you destroy your sleeping schedule and then suddenly you're up all night, right? You don't want that either, so you know, you gotta be pliable like clay. A broken sleep schedule can ruin many days of your long-awaited trip, and that's kind of a waste now, isn't it? Thank you for agreeing with me. After you got some sleep, you're well rested, jet lag is just a distant memory from yesterday, and you're well hydrated. I just want to implore you to take it easy on your first full day in Japan. Yes, I know it's exciting. Yes, I know you want to go to Akihabara. Yes, I know you want to see all the Pokemon centers. Yes, I know you want to see what the fuss is about at Soapland. Don't overdo your first day. Light walking, light meals, light on alcohol, and you'll be fine to enjoy the rest of your well-planned and long-awaited trip to Japan. Don't forget about Soapland. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more Japan content like this, please remember to subscribe down there. Also give me a like to support the channel, give me a dislike if you hate the channel and you hated the video and you hate me personally. If at any point after this video comes out and you follow my little tips here for your first 24 hours and you have great success, please let me know in the comments. I'm building up a community here. Now I also need more credibility, so if somebody tries it out, you know, give me some props in the comments. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.